What if Naruto, instead of being the class clown, was a prodigy? The knucklehead ninja we all know and love, but with the strategic mind of Shikamaru and the natural talent of Sasuke, how would the story we're so familiar with change? Let's dive into this alternate reality and explore the possibilities. From the very beginning, things would be drastically different. Imagine a young Naruto, still an outcast. But instead of pulling pranks for attention, he channels his loneliness into intense training. He wouldn't just hear Iruka-sensei's lectures, he'd absorb them. He'd practice the basic 3 Jetsu transformation, substitution, and clone not just to pass, but to master them. Remember the first spell test with Kakashi? The original Naruto charged in headfirst. A genius Naruto would be different. He'd observe, he'd see through Kakashi's tactics, perhaps even noticing the subtle weight shift that indicates a substitution jutsu. Instead of being tied to a post, he might be the one to orchestrate a plan. He'd recognize that the true test is teamwork. He'd explain the concept to Sasuke and Sakura, perhaps using his advanced clone jutsu to create diversions while they make a coordinated strike. Team 7 wouldn't just pass. They'd impress Kakashi from day one, forming a bond built on respect, not just necessity. The mission to the Land of Waves would be a showcase for this new Naruto. When the Demon Brothers attack, he wouldn't freeze. He'd react instantly, perhaps creating a dozen shadow clones to overwhelm them before Kakashi even needs to step in. Against Zabuza and Haku, Naruto's intelligence would be his greatest weapon. He'd analyze Haku's demonic mirroring ice crystals, figuring out its weakness much faster. He might even devise a strategy using his clones to attack all the mirrors at once, shattering Haku's main jutsu and creating an opening for Sasuke. The emotional conflict would still be there, but Naruto's approach would be tactical and decisive. He'd understand the tragedy of Haku and Zabuza, but his efficiency in battle would save his team from much of the danger they originally faced. Then comes the Chunin exams. This is where a genius Naruto truly shines. In the written test, he wouldn't need to cheat. He would have studied and could likely answer many questions on his own. He'd still understand the true purpose of the test information gathering, but he would be sweating in his seat. In the forest of death, his strategic mind would be invaluable. He'd be the one setting traps, formulating plans, and leading the team. When they encounter Orochimaru, the fight would be terrifying, but Naruto's quick thinking might just give them an edge. He might use a massive multi-shadow clone jutsu, not just to fight, but to create a complex diversion, allowing the team to escape with a scroll without a direct, devastating confrontation. Still be scared, but his fear would fuel his intellect, not paralyze him. The preliminary rounds would see Naruto face Kiba. In the original timeline, Naruto won through sheer unpredictability and a bit of luck. A genius Naruto would analyze Kiba's fighting style. He'd use his clones to confuse Akamaru's sense of smell, exploit the weaknesses of the man-beast clone technique, and win with a well-thought-out strategy, earning him the respect of everyone watching, including Neji and Gaara. His training with Jiraiya would be accelerated. A genius Naruto would grasp the concept of summoning and Rasengan in days, not weeks. He'd understand the principles of chakra rotation and control almost intuitively. Griya would be astounded, realizing he had a prodigy on his hands, perhaps even greater than his former student, Minato no Mikaze, Naruto's own father. Naruto might even start adding his own wind nature to the Rasengan far earlier, perhaps perfecting the Rasen Shuriken long before his fight with Kakuzu. The final round of the Chunin exams against Neji would be a battle of geniuses. It wouldn't just be about fate versus hard work. It would be a high-level chess match. Naruto would use his shadow clones with tactical precision, feinting and probing Nagi's Byakugan and Gentle Fist. He'd find a way to overcome the 64 problems, not just with a burst of Kurama's chakra, but with a clever strategy that outsmarts Neji's perfect defense. The victory would be even more profound, proving that genius isn't just about innate ability, but also about the will to overcome any obstacle. A lesson that would deeply resonate with Neji. When Gaara transforms during the Sand and Sound invasion, Naruto would be ready. Chet 2, with his advanced skills, mastery of the Rasengan, and tactical use of Gamma Banter, he would be a much more formidable opponent. The fight would be a spectacle, with Naruto not just fighting to protect his friends, but executing a plan to subdue the rampaging Shukaku. His victory would be more decisive, solidifying his reputation as a hero of the leaf. The Sasuke retrieval arc would be the ultimate test. A genius. Naruto would understand Sasuke's pain and his thirst for power on a deeper level. He would know that a simple plea wouldn't be enough. The final battle at the Valley of the End would be a clash of titans, two prodigies at the peak of their genin-level power. Naruto's arguments wouldn't just be emotional, they'd be logical. He might be able to articulate the flaws in Orochimaru's promises and the self-destructive nature of revenge in a way that truly gets through to Sasuke. Would he be able to stop Sasuke from leaving? It's hard to say. Sasuke's desire for revenge was incredibly powerful. But a genius Naruto would have a much better chance. He might not win the fight by force, but he might win the argument, planting a seed of doubt that could change Sasuke's path entirely. Then if Sasuke still leaves, the aftermath would be different. Naruto wouldn't just be driven by a promise. He'd be driven by a plan. He would train with Jiraiya, not just to get stronger, but to get smarter. He'd learn about the Akatsuki, analyze their abilities, and prepare himself to dismantle their organization. A genius Naruto would become a leader far earlier, who'd be a Jonin. In his teens, a trusted advisor to Sanaa, and a beacon of hope for the entire village. He would be the hero the Leaf Village needed, not just through sheer power and determination, but through his brilliant mind. The path of a genius Naruto is a fascinating one. He'd still be our Naruto, with his sunny disposition and unwavering loyalty. But he'd be a force of nature, a ninja whose legend would be whispered in awe for generations. What do you think? How else would the story change if Naruto was a genius from the start? Let me know your theories down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into an alternate ninja world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more what-if scenarios. See you next time.